creating a Nashville playlist. Here we go.
Oh gosh.
Go!
So weird. These youngins aren't gonna know who Steve Perry is. I'm videoing and driving, that's the problem. About to take me a little nappy nap. Let me tell you, driving through Alabama is the most boring thing ever. It is long and flat. So see ya in a couple hours. Who's Team Money?
Tommy Moon.
It's my dad. That's going on YouTube.
Somebody buy this man a real drink. Quick! We're gonna play Tootsie. Got us in the band. And leaves ours out when I'm going to the end. Proud of the devil, fate and love, that's all they.
You having fun?
So much fun.
Sharing? You're not touching
sharing
it.
is caring, you know what I'm saying?
You gonna take a bite out of that, dude?
I'm gonna cut it in half and then take a bite.
Victoria. I am here for a haul video for the first half of our Nashville trip. If you're new here, welcome. If you're coming back, thank you so much. We are Super Geeked, where we celebrate everything that we get super geeked about. And so the first stop you saw in our video was the Goodwill outlet. So Nashville has one Goodwill outlet, and my husband and I went there just to check it out. Full disclosure, we did not go first thing in the morning. We just leisurely went there after we had done a little sightseeing. And so we weren't the first ones in the door, lined up at the bins. We did stay till some new clothing bins had rolled out, and did experience kind of digging around with everybody else there. It was a lot more crowded than I was used to at the Mobile, Alabama bins that we go to, but everybody was really nice. I did hear some kids comment that they had given a shirt back to a lady that they were trying to turn over a new leaf, and normally they would have snatched it from her, but they let her go ahead and take it. So I thought that was really funny. I noticed, just like when we go to the Mobile bins, that everybody dives in as soon as the bins come out, but a lot of times they miss things that maybe are things that I would resell. So when I went back to the shoes, which had all been picked over way before we even got there, I did still find some shoes for me to resell. So you never know. The bins are always fun and exciting, and definitely there's still opportunity for resale items because not everybody there is looking for the same things. There were groups of families that stayed there all day long. They had tables set up in the corner where they ate their lunch. They even had a drink machine, so they were getting up to get drinks to eat with their lunch, and then they would go back to going through the bins. So we didn't stay there all day. We just stayed for a short period of time. I got a few things that I'm going to share with you, and that was it. So I do have my receipts, and I did go through each item and write down how much that I'm going to list it for. I want to also say that I tend to list 20 to 30% higher than the actual price they expect to get for each item, so that leaves room for me to send out offers to likers. So here's my receipt from the Goodwill outlet, where you pay by the pound. Theirs was $1.09 per pound, and I got 13.5 pounds, so one item was damaged, so I'm actually going to give that to my friend Alicia because she doesn't mind selling damaged items. So overall, out of the items that I got at the Goodwill bins, there was 11 that I'm keeping, so I divided that by the price I paid, and it was $1.46 each. So each of these items I'm going to show you, I paid $1.46 for them, and then I'm going to tell you what I'm going to list it for. So remember, that expectation is that it'll be 20 to 30% lower when it sells. The first items I'm going to show you are the shoes. I picked up these boots. These are some knee-high riding boots. These are BOC by Born, and they are in great condition. They still have the stickers on the bottom, so they weren't worn a whole lot. They are leather, and they do have this cute buckling detail. One of the buckles actually wraps around, so it's got like a strap there and then two buckles, and they're in great condition. So these retailed for $120, and I'm going to list them for $65. The next item are these Aldo, let's see, black loafers. They are leather and suede. They have suede here on the tip, and they're called the bar loafers because they have this little bar detail in the front. Here's the bottoms. I can see why they didn't sell in the regular Goodwill store because they had them priced as at $19. But they do look like if they were worn, they were only worn maybe once or twice. They're in excellent condition. So I picked those up, and I will be listing these for $45. The next pair of shoes are Clarks. Clarks are a bread and butter brand for me. They sell excellent on Poshmark. I always get a great return on my money, but these are the black and copper. They're an animal print with pony hair, so they're all pony hair. They're in excellent condition. Again, they were hardly worn. They still have the stickers on the bottom. They do have some wear, so obviously they were worn at some point. Also, they have this nice leather detail on the back with these pretty little kitten heels, which are very popular right now. So I'm going to be listing these on Poshmark for $55. So if you are into reselling and you watch a lot of reseller videos, I'm sure you've heard, pick up Birkenstocks no matter what shape they're in. These do have some inner wear, which I'm going to clean them up. These have not been cleaned. But overall, the suede still looks really nice on them, and the bottoms are in still pretty good condition. So they're not too terribly worn. So Birkenstocks, no matter what the condition they are in, will still sell. So I'm going to list these because the suede is still in decent condition, especially after I clean them up, they'll look really good. And I'm going to list these for $55. Next item, we're going to go into clothing now from the bins. I picked up, this was the first clothing item I found. It's Cabby, and it's the new label Cabby. The new label Cabby is the square label. So this is just a faux fur vest. It is not real fur, but this is in excellent condition. There are no flaws on this vest. And so I picked this up, and I'm actually going to be listing this on the higher end, $65. Some of the comps they sold in the 80s, but I probably would get about $40, $45 for this vest. So I'll be listing it for $65 in my Poshmark closet. This is an item that I normally would not pick up at the bins, but this shows you how sourcing at the bins can be different because it's so much less expensive. These are some overalls, and they do have what they call the busted knee, where the knee's blown out, but they are full-length overalls. I don't see any flaws. So, but this is Forever 21. And like I said, normally I would not pick up Forever 21, but this is a size 27, which is a decent size. And I definitely would get a return on my money. So since it was at the bins, I did pick them up. So the next item is from Lucky Brand, and it's a size medium, and it is this distressed, it's actually factory distressed sweatshirt. So it's got like the raw hem, and it's got raw on the sleeves, but it has this cute lace-up detail on the sleeves. It does have a cold shoulder, which is kind of out right now, but as we transition into warmer months, you'll see a lot more of these sort of styles selling because it's a lightweight sweatshirt, but it also exposes some skin. So you'll start to see more of this style selling as we transition. So this is a good piece to pick up, especially for $1.45. I'll definitely get a good return on my money. This item I actually purchased just because I thought the style was cute. It's also, again, not a brand I would pick up if it had not been at the bins, but it is a Target brand, Who What Wear. But I love the mock neck on this. It's very vintage inspired. It's got buttons that go all the way down, and then has these large cuffs that you actually can, if you want to, you can cuff them up, and they have black lining in them. So it's super cute, very stylish. And if this was in my size, I definitely would have kept it. I did notice that there's a button missing right here. So probably what I'm going to do is remove this other fabric button here and then put two matching buttons right here on the collar, maybe just some black buttons or some accent buttons. So if this doesn't sell because it is a Target brand in my Poshmark closet, then I'll just send it to ThredUp. They sell this brand pretty quickly, and I'll be able to make my $1.45 back. Getting to the end of my haul at the bins was this vintage My Michelle, and it's in a vintage size 7/8, which would probably be about a 4, maybe a 6. But this is definitely a 90s dress, very Clueless inspired. It's a short dress, and love this red tartan print. Just a very classic print, but this silhouette is totally 90s, and it would look perfect paired with some Doc Martens, and there you go, you have a whole outfit. So I went to high school in the 90s, and this would have been something that I totally would have worn in that era. The last item that I picked up at the bins was sort of just like a novelty, and it is this huge wall tapestry, and it's got turtles all over it and butterflies, but I noticed that it said 2009 Grateful Dead. This tapestry is actually sold on Amazon, so it's not any big deal, but again, it was $1.45. Yeah, kind of cool. Glasses back on. I have to go back and forth because of this weird ring light, and it always reflects off my glasses, even though my windows do too. But the second store we went to was the Goodwill that was actually next door to the bins, but we didn't go there till late at night. So we went and did a bunch of other stuff. My friend from Ohio, Andy, owns a great vegan cafe and coffee shop. It's called Falcon, and we stopped by there and surprised him. He didn't know we were coming, and that was fun. And then we went to a record store, we went to a vintage store, which you saw footage of in the video, and had a great time, and picked up some vinyl treats for our vinyl collection, which is at this point massive, because both my husband and I have been collecting since the late 80s, early 90s. We have a massive collection. So we went and had a great time, and then later that night we went back to the hotel, we took a nap, and then we went and got something to eat at a vegan restaurant, and then we decided we would go to the Goodwill that's over by the bins until they closed. So we had about an hour and a half, and I'm going to show you what I got there too, so you can kind of get an idea of what they have in their thrift stores and their pricing. So this is my receipt from the second Goodwill. From this Goodwill visit, I got 9 items and they were $5.12 each. So I'm going to show you those now. So the first item is a dress. It's by the brand Hutch. And ModCloth actually carries Hutch, so I'm very familiar with this brand since I'm a ModCloth junkie. But Anthropologie also carries this, and this dress happened to have been carried at Anthropologie, and it's got a sweet cotton top, which Hutch does a lot on their dresses, and then it's got this really pretty sheer paneling, color blocked on the bottom. It's got a high-low hem, so it's shorter in the front and then longer in the back, but really flowy and sheer. And surprisingly, the comps on this dress are amazing. So there's none listed in this size on Poshmark right now. There is I think 2 others listed in different sizes. And the solds are all around about $88. I'm gonna start it at the higher end of the comps, which is $88, but I will obviously take offers on it and not expect to get that high. I mean, that's just the highest sold on it. And there were a couple close to that price. So I'm thinking more like around $65 is what I'll get for this dress, but that's a great return on $5 and change. Another brand that I really like to carry in my closet that ModCloth has also carried in the past is Eliza J. I just really like their style. They have sort of vintage inspired too, but this is a pretty cobalt blue bell sleeve dress. And it's about knee length. It comes out into like a little bit of a fit and flare. It's a size 6 and it's in excellent condition. There's no flaws on it. It is fully lined and it's just a precious little dress. You could dress this up or down. Definitely something that I personally would wear, and I'm going to price this one at $55. Another beautiful item that I just love so much are these. These are Brooks Brothers, and they are a size 4. They're 100% wool. But they are not sort of like scratchy wool, but they're these fantastic high-waisted red trousers with cuffed hems. See if you can see those cuffed hems. It's hard to pick up the red on camera, but it's this beautiful, vibrant red. And this is the season for trousers. This is when people really like to show off trousers. And these would be good for work or going out. They're just a fantastic color, a fantastic fit. It's very flattering on any figure, and I was super excited to find these. And I'll be listing these at about $55 also. The next item is another Anthropologie. This is HD in Paris, and this is a size 0. I do pick up extra small and small sizes, extra small, 0, 2, whatever. I sell whatever in my closet, so I definitely don't shy away from smaller sizes. This is a precious lace and chambray dress. It's got buttons down the front. It comes down to this V. It's got this pretty pleating, this sort of like tuxedo look. Of course, you gotta love a good pocket. So it's got pockets on it, and just a really precious dress. Now there are a lot of these listed on Poshmark, none in a size 0. And the comps on this dress are great for HD in Paris. Sometimes the HD in Paris stuff doesn't sell as high, but this dress has tons of great comps on it, so it seems to be very popular. And so I'm going to list it at $65 and then hope to get maybe around $40 for the dress. Another Anthropologie brand, Pilcrow in the letterpress. These are a size 27. These are a beautiful golden, a beautiful marigold color, or some people would call it mustard. It's more like a marigold, but it's just some really pretty trousers. These are actually chinos. They have the trouser pockets on the back, and they are working trouser pockets. And they're really soft, so they're a heavier weight. So definitely would be great for spring or fall transition months, you know, when you're transitioning from hot to cold or cold to hot. And they're in great condition. I'm gonna start these at $55. Some people don't pick up Pilcrow on the letterpress anymore, but I tend to sell them. And so I would expect to get around probably 30, 35 for these. Last up is Pistola. So these are Pistola jeans. These are high-rise skinny. They do have the raw hem on the bottom and they're cropped, so they're ankle crops. They do have factory distressing on the knee and here on the pocket. But overall in decent condition. There is a little bit of pulling which happens in these jeans that have the spandex in them. And so it does have that. I'll just note that in the listing. But for $5, I'll definitely get a great return on my money. I'm going to list these at $45, but pretty much expect to get around maybe $25 for them. Okay, so when I was at the bins, I found a Kate Spade shoe, and I searched everywhere for the other shoe. My husband helped me. We went through all the bins, could not find this other shoe. But I did manifest, I guess, finding some Kate Spades because I found these awesome ones at the thrift store. So they are just a regular pump. They're tweed. You can see the pretty red tweed. And the bottoms are in decent condition. So they do have the leather bottoms and there's a little bit of wear, but I've seen a lot more wear on shoes sell for a decent amount. And Kate Spade's always a good brand to pick up. So the price tag does say $7.99, but of course we're going to go over after the average price on my receipt, which is $5 and I think 49 cents. So I'm going to list these for $75 starting out. I probably will drop the price if it doesn't get a lot of interest, but this style seems to be selling for a good return. On Tradesy, there were quite a few sold for $75. So I'm going to start at that and see how I need to change the pricing as it goes. I must have done some good manifesting because I was able to find a second pair of Kate Spades. And again, they're in about the same condition. This has a little bit less wear. I'm going to clean up the bottoms. These are not cleaned up yet. But again, they were $7.99, but with my average price, they're $5 and change. But they are a pony hair kitten heel pump. So you can see the kitten heel. The pony hair is in excellent condition. They have these little florets on the toe with some beading, and they're just precious. So I'm going to start these also at 75 because the comps were around that, and probably just go down as they start to sit if nobody buys them at that price, and that's fine with me. Last up was a brand that I've never picked up before. It is the brand Ray. This is sold on Revolve. And they're these precious little boots. They're like a Western style, but they're all suede. And they have this gold detailing at the toe and on the heel. And then the bottoms are still in great condition. The style of this boot is called the Eliana. They are sold out on Revolve. I'm going to start these at 68. The comps were very good on these camel colored suede booties. So we'll start at 68 and then see what I can get from there. So that's my haul for the first two places we went, the Goodwill outlet and the other Goodwill store. And stay tuned because there will be a part 2 of my Nashville trip so you can see the other things I got. I did go to a half off day, our last day in Nashville, and got so much. So that's going to be a big haul. So I'm really excited to show you all that. So thanks again for stopping by. We love having you here. If you haven't already, consider subscribing to our channel. We have new videos coming out all the time. We have reselling content, toy and doll collecting, vinyl records, all kinds of cool things. And we like to feature our friends on our channel so you'll get to see other people and what they're into. We're just so excited to have you here. We just reached over 100 subscribers, which might seem like a little bit to some of you who are big YouTubers, but it's very exciting to us. We're just small town little Mississippi people, and we are so excited that you are interested in watching our videos. So thanks for stopping by, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.